For some people, it's a pastime. For others, it's a lifestyle. Who doesn't enjoy listening to some jams? Music is an important part of the creative sphere that is ingrained into a lot of our lives. For many who listens along, it's healing, and others use it to tell stories and pass down information, and a lot even use it to process their emotions. Others use it to party and lift their moods. And honestly, who hasn't sung to the top of their lungs to their favorite song? Music is a powerful thing that can have many effects on our mood. But thinking about it, what goes into the process of making songs nowadays? From writing, composing, sampling, splicing, and singing or playing an instrument, a lot of work and planning goes into the process. So join us today as we explore music production in the second part of Furs in the Music Industry with our special guests VRC Victory and Johnie Canine. And welcome to this episode of the Top Dogs Podcast. I'm Stream ArcaDad.
I'm Revenge.
I'm VRC Victory.
I'm Johnie Canine.
So guys, it's an honor to have you both on the show. Both of you were featured in Furry Umbra, and I saw your show, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. Victory, why don't you tell us a bit more about yourself? Who are you? Tell us, our audience, who you are.
Well, my name's VRC Victory. I came into the fandom maybe couple years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I think now. I've been in it for a little bit longer, but not really so into it. Other than that, I do a lot of music. I didn't really come into music in the furry fandom until I saw other artists kind of do it, and I was like, okay, cool, maybe I can incorporate my personality and the personality that I put into my Sona, and then be able to, sing like that. So then I started singing in some places. It started out with little VRchat venues and worlds and little events, and then it kind of just went higher from there. I put an application into Furality one day, and then they let me in, and then that's basically history.
That's amazing. What about you, Johnie?
I've been in the fandom for about over 10 years now. February is going to mark 11 years. Time flies by, really. So I started music back in 2022 as an underground rapper, and I'm still doing that. I started basically performing acoustic, I had an acoustic guitar. I started performing at VRchat clubs, bars, stuff like that, just as a little simple thing. But then I applied to perform at Furry Hideout Countdown 2024 as my first official performance of performing my own stuff in VR, and that was basically the start of a huge 2024 tour of my own stuff, performing at different music festivals in VRchat, and basically it just went on from there. And then during 2024, I also joined a band called Nova Slicers, which I am now the frontman, bassist, and vocalist for. Love every single member of that band. They're amazing to work with. And that was basically the start of me transitioning from a underground rapper to a punk, basically. So yeah, I'm still rocking with both genres, and I love what I do.
That's amazing. My next thing I'm kind of curious about, you guys seem to be very involved. It seems like it's something that is very prominent in your life. Is this something that you do full-time, or would you like it to become something that is full-time? And if it's not something full-time, what do you do currently for your, pay the bills until you get there? Why don't you start, Johnie?
Okay, well, I'll admit I still live with my parents at 22. It's not a bad thing. They support what I do. My mom always questions my music because of the lyrics, but she loves that I'm successful with it. I'll tell you what, she gave Monster MILF a listen when it first came out. Her face was priceless. I was laughing like there was no tomorrow, honestly, but it was great. Sorry, what was the question again?
So, if you do music full-time, and would you like to be a full-time thing? And if it's not a full-time, what do you do for a living?
Oh boy, I wish I did music full-time. I want to eventually work there, but for right now, it's more of just a side project. And what I do full-time to keep myself financially prepared for anything is I actually deliver pizzas. It's currently a seasonal job. Summer, fall, and spring. I'm still looking for a job during the winter, but it's kind of hard when you have a busy college schedule, I do eventually want to work into being a full-time artist. I tried working into being a full-time streamer, but I kind of burned myself out with that. So I was like, you know what? Music's the next step, I think.
You still own your Jurassic Park themed Jeep that looks
Yes,
so
I do.
badass. I love that thing.
It was originally my brother's, but he gave it to me after he got a Tesla.
Oh, I like the Jeep. It's a Sahara, right? Sahara or the Wrangler?
Jeep Wrangler, yeah.
The Wrangler. Oh, I love these. They're cute. They're
Yeah,
fun.
they're awesome.
What about you? What about you, Victory?
So I wouldn't want my music to be full time. Let me explain what I do full time now. So I work in healthcare, and then I do streaming on the side, and I also do like videos and content and stuff like that for like short form. Just as something to keep my mind off of everything else that I do every day. The reason I wouldn't want my music to be full time is, this is gonna be harsh, but the reason I wouldn't want my music to be full time is because I don't want to constantly do something every day when the reason I do my music is to be able to release something I don't want to forget.
It's more therapeutic for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I saw you during Furality Umbra, you teared up. Like you could feel it. Like some of these songs really, oh my god, they were visceral. They were really intense for you. And we could feel it. My eyes were watering when you had those moments.
Yeah.
Oh, and that moment when you had something in your eye, you kind of started screaming and shouting. I thought that was really hilarious. It kind of broke from the like, it's sad. Oh, that's hilarious. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
What pushed you into the music production industry, and how long have y'all been?
Ooh.
You want to go
I
first,
know.
Victory?
I know he gives me the big questions.
If I want to say, I wouldn't say nothing necessarily specific pushed me into the music industry. I was kind of more inspired by seeing other people, specifically in the furry fandom, kind of do it at like events and showcasing their talent and stuff like that. And it's just something that was just like, you know what, I can sing, I can put covers together and other stuff. This was prior to me making any like original music. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take a shot at it. So I did. And then that's basically how it was. And then what was the rest of the question? Sorry.
Pretty much just like, how long have you been doing it?
I would say probably about like 4 years now for the whole like music production and making music and lyrics and songwriting and stuff like that. About 4 years, yeah.
Didn't you tell me that you were part of this game show that you auditioned for or something like that?
I can't go too much into detail, but yes, I did audition for a show in around 2015, 2016. I didn't make it through all the way, but it is okay. That kind of just pushed me into more like, just keep trying next time. Take a break for a little bit, try again some other time. I ended up trying again a couple of times during COVID, and they also said no, which is okay. But recently, I believe 2 years ago, I am the first ever VTubers Got Talent winner after I showcased my singing.
Oh,
Congrats.
that's really cool.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yep, it was on a stream with about 11,000, 12,000 people on it.
Damn, nice.
That's impressive.
I was very grateful. Yeah, that's the only thing that I need.
That was not the thing you were part of yesterday, right?
No, yesterday was that was a different game. That was like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire video game that everybody was playing, and they tried getting everybody on. Yeah, it's fine. But that was the same people that had me on their show prior for the VTubers Got Talent. It was with other high tier VTubers. That's how I first met them in the first place. So those were the same people you're talking about that they were gonna.
Okay. Oh wow. Well, they seem like cool people.
They're amazing. Yeah.
So I got basically inspired to be part of the music industry, the production side as well, because I do it all. I see like artists, I see other like underground rapper artists out there, and I was basically inspired by a lot of like aggressive like scream rappers like Scarlord, Sinister, Sempra, those aggressive guys. And so I was like, you know what? I think I can do something like that. So as I gave it a shot while I was working on my own music, that was basically when I realized I think I found my sound. I found my genre as a rapper. And so I've basically been doing that ever since 2022. So it's been like, first song came out in May 2022. So like just 2.5 years. But I'm happy that I found my sound, and I'm happy that I've been really successful with it. I'm basically just at that point where I'm like, where can I perform live IRL? Because that's like my next step at this point.
Which brings me into the next portion, because you were talking about the genre that you're in. So if you kind of want to get into more of like more detail of the genre that you are a part of, and then what other styles you try to like stick to, try to get into.
Okay. Yeah, so my main genre when it comes to like my solo stuff is I started out doing like the new like what everyone's been obsessed with recently, the funk genre, PHONK, which is basically like it's kind of like a remix of like old school Memphis rap, but like with a little bit of like a modern twist to it. I think it's what like basically it's the type of music you like a remix of you're drifting your car. I mean, but yeah. I stuck with that for basically the majority of my music, but as time went on and like funk was becoming more like niche, I guess you could say, I wanted to try something a little different. So I have an 8-string guitar that I've been recording guitar tracks to for some of my music. If you've heard my song "Burn Alive," there's some more like guitar in there and it sounds more metal. So I started going with more like a trap metal kind of thing, to sound more, to try to sound more unique, more like Scarlord. And I'm going to try to do more of that because that was basically my last release of 2024. I absolutely love the final production of what I did on that song. I loved it. So that being said, I definitely want to try more of that. So I'm gonna definitely have some more funk elements into my song, but I'm also gonna try to mix it with like trap metal, so that way I stay like I want to stay up to date with the trends, like with the underground scene. That's my main goal.
Then let me throw you a curveball, and then we're gonna go over Victory. What would you say is your favorite genre?
You see, that's a tough one because I would say.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I would say country. Stop looking at me. I would say country. But the thing is, I come from South Jersey. I love country. Furries, bark at me all you want. I don't care. Anyway, but
No.
but yeah, I don't think I have a least favorite genre because I like to be experimental with genres. I like to see if I could do like a little bit of everything. I remember like 10 years ago when everyone was a fan of dubstep, and like now you look back at it, it's like 10 years later, producers should start doing this again. But people still hate it because they think it's just noise. I'll tell you what's just noise: speedcore. Nah, I'm joking. Hey, it was a joke. Stop. It was a joke. All right, we can just say, yep, Victor's walking out. Like the only time I hear speedcore is mainly from Beat Saber. I play Beat Saber a lot. I used to be a ranked player, and I would hear that genre a lot. It's really fun and challenging to play on the game, I will admit. So that's like the only time why I like speedcore. But anyway, yeah, I don't really have a least favorite.
Well, I say
you know what? That's a challenge. I feel like there's more sass going on than I usually produce, and I don't like this. No,
I usually stay in the ballad and folk song lane. I've kind of wanted to get more into like a more I'm not sure how to explain it other than like the type of genre that has like Christian rock. Not like the subject part of it, but like the beat, the tempo, and basically the drums. I'm not sure how to explain that specific genre other than that way. But I wanted to get more into like the rock, like drums and stuff like that. That's kind of the route that I've been trying to go to. It was either that or a completely different route and go to synthwave.
Going to the creative process, okay, how does it work? How do you start working on something? Can you take us through the steps that it takes to make your style of music? Because I know both of you have different styles, because I've talked to you before, and I was kind of curious because it's a subject that I'm really interested into. How do you proceed creating like a track? Victory, why don't you start?
A lot of people don't like go a lot of the same route, obviously, because creative processes are different for everyone. Just like any art is. Whenever I do a track, I get the song, the vibe that I need, and I go through everything that I need to get. Whenever I start making a song, I have this thing, I don't know what it's called. I don't know if you can help me with this. But whenever you can hear the melody and then immediately start humming in harmonization with it, you can immediately catch the next note that's about to happen.
I'm not sure what that's called, but like I do that too when it comes to working
Like
with my band.
like I can anticipate the next note immediately.
Yeah, it's like predicting.
Yeah. So basically, whenever I have like my song, my melody laid out, and I just let it play a couple times, and I start humming, and I start doing like whatever I need to do. So then I record those hums, and then I'm like, okay, what words can I put on here? So then if I can't figure out words, then I just start saying gibberish with those notes that I've already put to give me more of an idea. And then I put the harmonies under that gibberish, so the harmonies are already laid out, and then I just put the notes there with the words. So they basically layer it out before.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yes.
So you don't really need to sit down and write anything. You just go through like inspiration.
And
You
just
like
whatever words come out. Like if okay, so I'm not gonna say this is officially a thing, but there's this one that I've been working on multiple different songs. Usually I only go with one, because it's like tasting different flavors and picking out which one you want to keep, right? But there's this one that I've been working on. It's called The Weight of It All. And it's basically, without crying, it's basically, there was a guy that I dated at the time, that basically said he would love me if I lost weight. He would love me if I lost a significant amount of weight. So basically the song was going to basically be speaking about, why would you only love me if your arms can reach around my waist?
Oh,
my God, it's
damn, bro.
You made me listen to that song at MFF, right?
That's not entirely the same song, but I am working on that one. But I'm gonna try and use that. No, that is the right one. Yes, no, you're right. That is the right one.
I loved it. I was like, oh damn,
my
that
gosh.
hits.
I
That
would
hits
love
hard.
to hear that. I would love to hear that. But also, I don't condone violence, but this mofo, let me find out where he's at. We're gonna throw it out. We're gonna throw it out.
Yeah,
All right?
he did.
Right, exactly. We're gonna throw it out. No, I'm just kidding.
Bring the boys.
It was something that really affected me, because it was in tune with, I really loved them at the time, and I was in such a vulnerable state of like, I just wanted to be loved that I just let anybody in. It was the kind of bittersweet love where you loved the moments that were happy but dreaded the moments that you knew were coming, and then still staying there because you just didn't want to lose the company in general. And then it was to the point where I was in that relationship just to possibly hear him say I love you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, next subject. I'm over here trying not to cry right now. Can we go to the next subject, please?
That's
oh my gosh.
That's the same kind of emotion that I put in my music. So take that as you will to what I put into my music.
I don't like you talking about me like this. Like you're beating me right now. I don't like this.
Unlike you, it's very completely different. So usually, since my music for the underground rap stuff usually sounds like really angry and stuff, it's because it is. Usually, I write my when I need to be in the right mood. I need to be angry. I need to be angry or sad or frustrated. Some of those moods. Like if I'm mad or if I'm in a bad mood, I'll literally write down a verse or two, and then eventually it'll become a song. So if you've listened to my songs Cyber War, All My Friends Are Porn Stars, Derecho, Burn Alive, all those songs are based on anger that I went through, and I literally jotted down verses just because I was mad. I always use my music to take out my anger on. It's basically my coping mechanism, and it works. And it's also something that people relate to. But when it comes to the spicy stuff, it's based on VRchat avatars. I'll be honest. I mean, dude, Mama Jin. Come on. Like that's self-explanatory. Mama Jin, Papa Jin,
Go ahead and say it. We stream ArcaDad. We already know. Go ahead and say it.
No, I'm not writing a song about him yet.
No.
See? I knew it.
No, but anyway, but yeah,
I have something close to that. I wanted to make a TikTok video with the people that have their banners that says verified daddy. Every time I see that and I check their bio and it's just like I'm 21, I'm like, challenge accepted. And I just walk up to them and I growl, and they go like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, you can remove that banner. That doesn't apply to you.
Yeah. No.
I wanted to do a TikTok video with that. It's so funny. The number of time it has happened to me is insane.
Yeah. So,
Verified daddy. God, it doesn't work like that.
yeah, it doesn't. So the cool thing is, when it comes to producing the beat for my songs, usually I'll write the lyrics as I go. It's either that, or I will just make a beat like as a template, just to literally record bars over, and then afterwards I will like mess around with the track, make an intro, make like a verse part, a hook part, and then an outro, and so, and then I'll piece all the rap recordings together in the right places that I think they fit in. And that's basically how my songs get developed. Now, when it comes to my band, Nova Slicers, we basically write a full song instrumental, and then I will write lyrics to go with it, and I will do basically what's very similar to VRC Victory. I will hum a vocal melody, see if it fits in. If it does, I will then just record like gibberish to make it sound better, see what I want to write there. And then eventually we'll turn in the lyrics. And I will say we are working on a song about suicide prevention awareness called Pull the Trigger.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be great. We're really excited.
So you guys are definitely like passionate people into this. I can tell. It's like, it's obvious and it's beautiful to see. What is the musical aspect that draws you the most when you're putting your song together? Is it the vocals? Is it playing the instrument, the sound mixing, writing the lyrics? What is it for you?
It's none of those. The aspect that I like when it comes to making my stuff is what hurt me the most. What hurt me the most, and then that would be basically my starting break.
It's actually pretty good.
So like doing the lyrics or the mixing and stuff. It's just putting everything there.
It's the lyrics and everything else are the straws, and then what hurt me is the fire.
Okay.
So I mean, it's great to be able to put it's great to be able to put words. It's great to be able to put notes together. It's great to be able to layer things. It's great to be able to do all that stuff and make everything harmonize, or everything explode, everything soothe through, or everything kind of just mellow out. But the main part of what I enjoy about making a song is what hurt me the most. Not that I enjoy getting hurt, not that I enjoy putting myself or getting myself into situations, but it's the enjoyment of knowing that the thing that hurt me the most is about to release itself, and I won't have to worry about it anymore.
It's like people
That's
that
really good.
write books about their life story. It's kind of a way to turn the page. Literally, that's what my husband did, and it was really good for him to keep on going through this healing process. So that's really cool. I really like that. I think it's a good way to deal with our traumas and difficulties we had in the past. I think you're doing an absolutely fantastic job, and
Thank you.
You pull out amazing stuff. I'm gonna keep praising you because
He
I
really
love
does.
it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to show this one thing later.
Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah, I can't wait.
So, I definitely think I'm gonna say the hardest part is writing the lyrics, because even if I'm in the mood to write lyrics, it's writer's block. I get writer's block too often. My ADHD kicks in. I get distracted. It's like, ooh, look, message on Discord, stuff like that. So,
Yes.
but yeah, it's the hardest part. But in my opinion, it's also the most important part, because if my music doesn't have lyrics, it doesn't have meaning. Yes, you could get a certain mood off of a beat, of how angry my song Burn Alive sounds, even without the vocals. But with just a beat, the song really doesn't have meaning. Including when I write original stuff with my band, when we wrote the song Solar Eclipse, that song was super duper special to us. It's about my friend's fiance, who unfortunately was killed by a drunk driver and crashed right into him. So we wanted to do something in honor of him and how much he really meant to us in the friend group. So if that song did not, I wrote those lyrics straight from the heart. I literally wrote those lyrics with help from my ex-fiance now. But without those lyrics, the song wouldn't have meaning, in my opinion. In conclusion, basically, if your song doesn't have lyrics, in my opinion, it doesn't have the strongest meaning. Even just one verse in a song could mean a lot. So that's basically my, lyrics are the most important in my opinion.
Absolutely. And what gives the whole purpose, the meaning of the song?
Yeah, exactly.
When you go through this process of like getting the lyrics down, getting the meaning behind what you put down into the words, sometimes reach out to friends or other artists for feedback or anything like that. Oh no! I don't think I didn't mean for this question, but it was here. But it's like, do you get feedback from them about the process itself, and then like, how do you know you are almost finished with the part of the song it's?
Who wants to go first?
Do you want to go first? Because mine's lengthy.
Yeah, I will. Okay, so the answer is yes, I do sometimes reach out to see, like, I will send either the full song, or if I'm in the process of it, I will send like a part of the lyrics and be like, hey, do you think that these lyrics are good? Should I change anything? Do you think this rhyme could be like another word? And I'll see what they say, and I'll try it out to see if I like it, or I'll just revert to the previous if I don't like it. Sometimes it takes me days, weeks to decide. Like, the number one person I always ask when it comes to looking for another set of ears or opinion on the lyrics is usually my band, Nova Slicers. I'll ask the members. If not, then I'll ask my other artist friends, like JT from One Snake Sing. Sometimes Nice the singing dog as well. Met him in person at Philadelphia. Really nice guy. But yeah, I do, like, if I can never decide, I will ask others, and it'll take me, one time it actually took me a month to decide. But yes, I do reach out to get another set of ears to see if it sounds good or not.
Okay, so what about you, Victory?
Okay. Stream is a prime example because I've sent Stream multiple snippets of my things before. I sent them one snippet one time when they were on a call with a bunch of friends, including myself. I hopped in and I said, hey, Stream, can I show you something? They're like, oh, wait, what do you have? And then they would get like very, very excited. So then I showed them the song.
Should start doing that.
And then everything went quiet when they were listening to the song. Everything went quiet, and then I don't know if you remember, but it was I think it was my song Home. I think it was either Home or Fall Down. Either one of those. I sent it to you. We were all on the call. You were on the camera, and you just went like this.
Oh wow!
Oh
wow!
They were just listening. So that's one example. But yeah, I do send snippets of songs to my friends because with me, I can make lyrics. I'm not gonna say lyrics. I'm not gonna put that high of a title on things that don't have a meaning yet. I could put words together, but they're considered lyrics when not only I can feel them, but the person that I didn't even explain to them what the song is about can interpret my song to me first. Those are lyrics.
Okay, yeah.
So I send it out. I send snippets out. I don't usually send like the words. Again, I just send them like the notes and the harmonies, like the way that I said that I do the gibberish and stuff like that. Because I could put harmonies together in a split of a second. I've done it in front of Stream. I've literally muted my mic for like maybe 15 seconds and then just a whole choir. So it's something that I can send out. They say, yeah, that's great, I like it, and I'm not trying to give myself an ego boost or anything like that, but every time that I've given a snippet to people to get genuine feedback, it has been met with nothing but like, I love it, or that's nuts, like, how do you do that? So it's just nice to hear people say that it's good. That's the only thing that I hear from them, and it's the only thing that really says, okay, you're doing a good job.
I tend to be very critical, and I don't need to be an expert in a domain to tell that somebody has talent or they know what they're doing. And when I notice something that is slightly off, I tell the person. But when it's amazing, I also tell them. My husband came to me a lot when he was asking for his book. And sometimes I was like, yeah, it was okay, but like this part feels a little bit odd. It's like, okay, I'm gonna rewrite it. So then he comes back and he writes it, and it's like amazing. I'm like, oh my god, it's so good. What did you do? It was like so different. He's like, oh, I changed this. I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. Victory, every time you send me stuff, flawless, perfect, amazing. Every single time, I never had anything negative to say. I don't know if I'm biased or not. I try to be as arbitrary as possible. Like, I try to be fair, and honestly, I could never like find something. It was just so good. It's so unique, and it's so personal, and I like you feel the emotion. So yeah, I'm kind of honored that you're willing to share some of your work with me. I know some of that stuff is very personal. It's very intimate. So I thank you for making me part of that.
Thank you.
I love your work.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I need to give you a little bit of praising, Johnie, too. Just stuff you do, it's very different from VRC Victory, but like your lyrics and the way you do some of your song, the way you rap, it's like the words are just coming out. I'm like, oh my god, how the hell does he do this?
I don't know how
it's
you do that.
really incredible.
My voice does amazing things.
Yeah, and you know the funk music that you do is really cool too. I really enjoyed it. I vibed a few times with your songs as well. I've been giving a lot of praising to Victory, but you as well. You definitely deserve it. You're good with what you do, and you're passionate. You can tell.
Stay in the loop with the Top Dogs podcast by subscribing to our YouTube channel and ringing that notification bell. Follow us on your favorite podcast platforms and hit that follow button to get notified about every new episode. Show your love by leaving us a rating and comment with our connect with our community on Discord and Telegram. You'll find all the links on our link tree below. As always, thank you for your support.
Hey Top Dogs fan, want to snag some awesome perks while supporting us? Top Dogs Production is proud to be a public charity with a 501c3 tax-exempt status. That means that all subscriptions and financial support are tax deductibles, allowing you to contribute to our cause while enjoying some great benefits. Check out our server subscription on Discord or Patreon to become a podcast supporter and get access to exclusive behind-the-scenes footage, join supporter meetups, use custom hand-drawn emojis featuring the Top Dogs team, and chat with the podcast team and fellow fans. Plus, don't miss out the new After Dog show for mature audiences only at $2.99 a month. Craving more? Upgrade to the Podcast Supporter Plus for $5.99 a month and enjoy episode voting, suggest podcast episodes, and join our live audience without necessarily needing a VRchat account or VR headset as we stream live here on our Discord server. Plus, get exclusive sneak peeks of upcoming ideas, merch drop, and much more in the future. Your support is greatly appreciated, so anybody who's been supporting us, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. I get I find like music production sometimes can be a little bit daunting because there's so much work involved. Victory, what is the most daunting part about making new music?
So the most daunting part, I believe, about music production in general would be there is constantly always something to learn about what DAW you use. A DAW is basically, to my knowledge, because I'm still a very big of a newbie when it comes to music production and like using things specifically for what they're used for. I use Reaper, which is a DAW that I love so far. But the most daunting part about it specifically is making the song, hearing it in the headphones that you have, but it's sounding completely different in a different kind of speaker. That is the worst thing that you can have to constantly go through, because you have to make sure it sounds good in here, over there, in the car, in a stadium, in a subway. Like, you have to make sure it'll sound clean. Because you can, that is true. I've had one instance where my song Home, I listened to it, and before I even released it, my song Home had this little pivot in a harmony, but there was this one back harmony, like one of the backup vocals that I did in the back end, shot forward just for a split second, and it went like really fast, and I didn't hear it in my headphones, and it sounded great. But when I played it in my boyfriend's car, I heard that back end vocal in like the back right speaker, and that irked me.
Ooh, that would have bothered me too.
That is the most daunting thing. Is just making sure the audio quality is consistent with making sure that it'll play the same in any kind of device.
Yeah.
Having good headphones, good quality headphones, and good speaker monitors is definitely something worth investing into. You don't have to spend a huge amount of money, but definitely you should be spending at least $100, $200, or even $300 at least for good equipment, just to make sure that it comes out good.
Yeah, would you believe that I would tell you that I've been recording all of my music in my bedroom, well, not my bedroom, my living room, no soundproofing, and a pair of earbuds that only want to work in my ear with the rubber piece broken that I've had for 6 years?
Same in my basement.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
No, I would
good.
never believe you. Absolutely not.
Yep.
Nope.
Amazing.
Nope.
Okay, with that, I do have to ask a similar question. Would you believe me if I did say I do something very similar to what Victory is saying here, but it's in the basement. The only soundproofing I have is the carpet and the soundproofing in the walls a little bit, but there's no foam on the walls or anything. Sound can bounce around in here. I'm very loud. You've heard my music. I'm very loud with vocals. The fact that these sound so clear even amazes me.
I've seen your basement, and there's a lot of stuff around, TV, couches and stuff. That really helps.
It does. It really does.
And you have carpet that really helps. I see that you have a green screen as well. Sometimes that current.
That's no longer there.
Does help.
That's no longer there. Keep that in mind.
Okay. Well, your audio quality is really good. But you're using a dynamic microphone. You're using a Shure SM7B.
Shure SM7B, correct.
Yeah, so dynamic microphones are really good at canceling background noises. Usually for music production, you usually want to go for condenser mic, but you need a really good room to use condenser mics. If you have a lot of echo happening, then switching to a dynamic mic is usually a better solution if you can't improve the studio.
The Shure SM7B, it's great for metal vocals. It's great for loud vocals. It's great for scream vocals. It's great for all of that.
Yeah. Johnny, did you give?
No, I just added on to what Victory said.
Okay, so go ahead with your answer.
Okay, what was the question? I'm gonna ask that a lot.
What was the most daunting part of making new music?
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's very similar to what Victory said. You need to make sure it sounds good no matter where it's coming out of. I have cheap Logitech audio monitors, they're basically just desktop speakers. It's the best I have. They're not that bass heavy, but it's enough to know what I'm doing. And then if here's the thing, the Valve Index headset, VR headset, which is what I'm on now, their speakers on it are so high quality. I actually mix and master with them. I literally just have the headset literally on my head like this while I'm mixing and mastering, and it actually helps out a lot. I'll tell you this. You had something that had a tone in your song Home that was bugging you in the car. I had something similar happen. I covered in my EP, The Hunt, I covered Holy Roller by Spiritbox. In there, the guitar, I forget what the chord is called, but I think it's called a tritone. The tritone section, I didn't hear it in my headphones or my desktop speakers, but there's a whistle tone in the mid-range that I kept hearing in the car, and it kept I kept hearing that, and it canceled everything out in the car, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get rid of that somehow. When you're a musician who literally does it all with ADHD, it gets tiring and burnout comes fast. So you just gotta be aware of that.
Because you're so hyper focused into what you're doing, you're putting all your mental energy into it. So
exactly.
It becomes really tedious. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. All right, so I think we have time for one last question. All right, you guys are working constantly on stuff. And
yes.
You clearly have more ideas. Can you tell us about any new project you look forward to working on or releasing? What's cooking?
Victor, you go first.
Yes, give us the details. We need all the tea. Give it to us.
Yeah.
So, as I stated before, I want to work on a song called "The Weight of It All," but that song has felt like I needed more time because the last I have a set rule that I do, that I only release a song once a year, and that's so I can be able to go through the year and experience what I experience, and then put what I experienced in that song for that year. But I broke that rule last year when I did Fall Down. Fall Down was probably the if not the only song that I've ever hit the highest note that I can hit multiple times. I will never, maybe, but I will, as of right now, never sing that song live because I will never feel that pain again. And I never want to. The song Weight of It All, but then there's this one song that I haven't talked about yet, and it's called My Body's in Nightfall. So it's basically, how should I put it? I have, here, actually, no, give me 1 second. Because I have the, oh, it's in my headphones already. I have the, where is it? I'm so sorry. What?
Take your time.
Okay. And then, okay, so yeah, basically it's like my body's constantly going through a relapse of like, why am I continuing on if the people that surround me constantly lie, and the things that I keep thinking, or the things that I keep anticipating that are going to be good for me cause me to just fall right back down. So that's why the song's going to be called My Body's a Nightfall.
Oh, God.
Oh.
And God. Are we done? I can't get emotional over here. Like, Victory, you are reading me like a book right now, and I don't like this.
I would love to show you.
He's getting face tracking very soon. We're gonna see it all.
Oh, God.
I would love to show you. I'm going to show you all of my stuff after this.
Hell
You can
yeah.
go on a call and
I don't
can
have
show you all
enough
of it.
tissues in the apartment for that.
You can use your fur. It's fine.
I'll turn it into anger once I show you what I've been working on.
Okay,
That'd be cool.
good point.
So for a sneak peek of what I've been working on, with the band and everything, first I'll go on with the Johnie Canine that everyone knows. I've been working on a song called Blood in the Snow, which is basically a sequel to my song The Hunt. The Hunt is based on a scare house club event that my friend hosts in VR. They've been gaining a lot of attention recently. 10,000 members in their Discord server. It's insane. The scare actors in that club are phenomenal. I shit my pants every time. I wanted to. So they call the scare house events the Hunts, and if you look at the cover image for the EP called The Hunt, that's the scare actress that started the club. She's the one that put it together. Her name is Vito Fox. Amazing person, amazing friend. And so so we did one hunt in a Blizzard world from, I think it was like Silent Hill based. But that's when I was like, I think I want to write another song based on this club. So I started writing Blood in the Snow. I don't have a set release date on it. I've been working on it for so long because I'm just trying to make it sound good at this point and finish writing the lyrics. So yeah, there's that. And then I have another collab with Shin's Grave coming up. I collabed with Shin's Grave on a song called Let It Bump. Which was another trap metal song, and I scream a lot on that, and I mean like metal scream on that track. We're doing another trap, I don't know if it's trap, it's more like dark EDM. We're doing another song called Live Wire, which is basically just another rage song. Like, if you're angry, if you're at the gym, listen to that song, it'll fucking help. But, so yeah, Live Wire, not sure when it's coming out, but you guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be something that you're just gonna want to headbang to all the friggin' time. And then let's go on to my band now, Nova Slicers. We're working on a crap ton of covers because we're known for doing a lot of covers. So we have a album coming out on March 14th, I think, or somewhere around that time, called Take Cover Volume 1, and that features all the YouTube covers we've done on YouTube, but haven't released on Spotify yet. So stay tuned for that. And we're also working on Pull the Trigger. I've mentioned this earlier. Pull the Trigger is our next original song that we're working on, and it's basically based on when I almost took my own life. I won't go too much into detail about it, but I really love what I've written in the lyrics so far for the chorus, and honestly, I can't wait for the world to hear it. It's very emotional. It's very it's basically like your typical like alternative metal song, very similar to Solar Eclipse, but more set about me, basically. So really excited to hear that. Really excited for you guys to hear that.
Looking forward to it.
I just wanted to say one final thing. I just wanted to shout out my boyfriend. A lot of the stuff that I couldn't. If it wasn't for him being in my life, I don't think I would have been able to find a lot of muse when it came to music, because I think after Fall Down, I kind of hit a burnout. But he was the one that actually helped me write a little bit of Home. He's going through a lot right now. So he's in the military. So he has just been really stressed out lately, and I'm just hoping that the things that I do and the things that I can accomplish can kind of help him see, like, there's more to the world. So he doesn't have to worry about every time he comes home. He doesn't have to worry about constantly having to do something. He can just relax. So hopefully one day that my accomplishments can be able to help both of us relax one day. So.
Oh, tell him I said thank you for your service.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I love that.
I've met Victory's boyfriend, and he's a sweetheart, very handsome fella. He's definitely all over you.
He's so
good
hot.
looking. He's not my style.
Oh,
He's
dear
not my
Lord.
style.
Hey, put your tongue back in your mouth.
Think
Put your tongue back in the mouth.
Think Clark Kent mixed with like a ginger version of Chris Hemsworth, but like skinnier but ripped.
He rocks the cowboy boots and the hat.
And he's a cowboy. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
He's a
we're
very
gonna go
sweet
ahead and we're
guy.
gonna
I like
continue
him a lot.
on here because as a fellow service member, I completely understand where you're coming from and stress level that he goes, and releasing him probably the best combination that there ever. Salute to him. I understand what my brother is going through. Backbone of anybody in the military service is to have that support when you're back home.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Victory, for being there for him and him being there for you.
Thank you.
Well, I think we're reaching the end of the episode. I want to thank you guys so much for coming and telling us your experience and what you do. Can you guys share with one after the other? What is your social? How people can find you? How people can find your music?
Victory, you go first.
Well, my name is VRC Victory. That's VRC Victory everywhere. You can find me on like Twitch, YouTube. I might make a SoundCloud. And then Spotify. That's all the places that you can find me at. So, and TikTok.
It's not banned yet.
Love your TikTok videos.
In the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not banned, but it went down for 12 hours and then came back.
I made a $100 bet. I made a $100 bet with my friend. If TikTok goes down, I owe them 100. If it doesn't, they owe me 150. Really, I tell you not. When it came back online, when TikTok came back online, the next day I got PayPal'd 150. The note said, "Take your goddamn money." But anyway, I'm Johnie Canine. You can find me on socials like Twitter, Instagram. I was about to say Vine. Jesus Christ, I'm still living in 10 years ago. TikTok, YouTube. Spotify. Did I say Spotify yet? Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming platforms. That's JohnieCanine. Some people misspell it Johnny, letter K number 9. Some people spell Johnny the wrong way. The way my name is spelled, Johnny, I know it's unique, but I like being unique. But yeah, you can find me on those platforms. You can find my music on those platforms, and yeah, you never know what to expect until you listen to a new artist.
Expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you guys listening and watching had a really good time listening to the episode. I hope some of you were motivated and maybe start doing some music, writing lyrics, composing music, playing an instrument. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. I wish you a fantastic day, a fantastic night, a fantastic evening, and enjoy life. Make it fun. Good night, everybody. Good day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Stay amazing.
See you, K9 crew.
Good night.